Wake up, the champs is in. Champion. We want back ends. Back in. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. They can't win. No new friends. No new friends. Football fans. Football. They sleep again. They sleep. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Yeah, yeah.
White rank. Couldn't hit if had ain't. Lanes can't call and you lame.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On 2nd down, Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
You see it? You see it?
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this. 18. 180.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Going deep here for Bryant. That's going to be caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Dez Bryant, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Bingo. Go ahead, go ahead. Hey, Clifford.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They go play action with Trubisky. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Trubisky. Bryant with a catch right side. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
don't they? They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Bryant has it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200 plus right now. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action. It's Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
You see it?
Play action. Now Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
And now out comes Minnesota. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Ajayi. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. But now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Hey, 18.
Now it's Trubisky. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Lock in. 18.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
Ran, up. Hey, 18.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. Room to run inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Up. Hey, 18.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Lock in.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Following the this play, being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Hey, gotta go. 18.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Move. Hey, gotta go. Hey, 18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings now heading on to the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done? Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Cousins are on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Rhino!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Rhino!
Play fake. Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Right side caught by Diggs. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Third and short yardage, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now 13-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league,
now Trubisky lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Fielded at the 33. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And Diggs has it. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Go, go, go! Move.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They go play action. Trubisky, and going deep for Hill. And this is going to be intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've come upon halftime, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, Cousins. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This is Ajayi. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake here on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
You see it? You see it?
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And it's 3rd down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Try to pound it in, Kamara. Oh, a heck of a move. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Second and goal from the 1.
Go.
They come out here in the eye. They get it to him running left. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
18.
On third and goal, Trubisky. And it'll be intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll begin the drive with a jive. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They run again with a jive. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's third down.
Here we go. Hey, Steamer. You got four. Spurs. Hey, Clipper.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Four down. Yellow.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10.
Yellow. Reese in there. Yellow.
A second down throw for Cousins. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third and 10.
Quaker Omaha.
To the air again, it's Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's Matt Weil now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And Rudolph has it left side. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage.
Hey, what's up? I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these really lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck.